Hello, good evening. My name is Ina, and I was a journalist in Ukraine, like Daphne, before I had to flee my country with my 10-year-old daughter due to war and very bad situation. We are here today for a very similar cause, to remember Daphne, who lost her life for justice, same as for thousands of innocent Ukrainians, men, women and children who are being killed every day by Russian forces. We are here for a similar cause because we want justice for Daphne and other journalists who lost their lives to expose what atrocities are taking place in my country. And at least 3 international journalists already were killed by Russian. On behalf of all Ukrainians, I wish to thank all of you for your solidarity towards Ukraine and for allowing me these few minutes to share with you some messages which my friends living in Kyiv, Lviv, Mariupol and other towns and villages being bombed and destroyed as we speak. You cannot imagine what it means to grab one bag and put in it just the items you need to survive, like warm clothes, blanket, water and some food, and leave behind you to be burned down your house, your memories and all that you have worked hard for all your life because of one man's greed. My daughter's teacher Mark left his home in Kyiv 3 days ago and made a very long journey with his wife to the west part of Ukraine to find shelter in my mom's house in Dubno. Dubno is between Kyiv and Lviv. He has no job now, like millions of Ukrainians, and is surviving together with my 70-year-old mom with the help of some money we are sending them. They spent most of their time in the basement beneath the house. And this war started not 21 days ago, which are like 21 centuries for Ukrainian people, but 8 years ago. And I want to tell you and be honest with you, this war started centuries ago when Russia always tried to occupy Ukraine and make Ukrainians their servants. They always try to show that Russia is big and always try to show my Ukrainian people that they are their younger brothers and sisters. They always try to impose their language and culture. Unfortunately, we had the USSR, and so this time when I was a small girl and I didn't want to learn Russian language and literature but had to do it. Russia made genocides in Ukraine many times. They tried to kill Ukrainian language and culture for centuries, killing wise elite Ukrainian poets, writers, patriots on purpose to have only slaves. But Ukrainian people never gave up, and this can be seen today from the courageous soldiers and army and civilians defending our country. To the last man and woman in 2014, we showed our power and kicked out the person who didn't care about Ukraine and was pro-Russian, President Yanukovych. And for Putin, it was a signal that Ukrainians are not slaves. He started to take major regions in Donbass and Luhansk, and he transformed the land into ruins, with people living like in a jungle, and also he took Crimea. But this was not enough for this insane person, as he wanted all Ukraine. And all these 8 years, in the bottom of our hearts, we were waiting for this to happen, but could never believe that it could come true. We were friendly with whole Europe and whole world, and they always promised us their support. They trained in our country, but unfortunately when war came, they disappeared, and thousands of people now are dead and continue to die every day. Would you like to live in stress like Ukrainians are living today, waiting for this crazy man to maybe push the button. We must take risk and stop him now, as no one is safe in Europe doing nothing is supporting Putin, who can come to your house today or tomorrow. Now, I would like to share with you some words from my friends in Ukraine who are in the heart of this hell now. They are strong and they don't give up. This is what Dmitro, journalist, my colleague, wrote me yesterday. Ukraine pays a high price to be a part of Europe. Putin and Russian troops bomb Ukrainian cities, killing civilians and children. Russians shoot at humanitarian corridors and don't allow them to evacuate civilians or supply food to them. They use forbidden weapons as vacuum and cassette bombs. They conduct genocide in Mariupol, Kharkiv, Chernihiv, and other cities. They capture nuclear power plants, putting the whole world at risk of nuclear disaster. There is evidence that Russians may use chemical weapons in Ukraine. West can't be neutral because it means to support the Russian bloodthirsty regime. Ukraine is now fighting for the whole of Europe and needs to be accepted as one of the members of the European Union. My other friend, Galina, said she is grandmom of 6 grandchildren, and she also messaged me what she wants to say. I will say, like the grandmother of 6 grandchildren, that in my most nightmarish dream I could not imagine that such a disaster would befall the children of Ukraine. Trains with refugees, a maternity hospital bombed, and unborn children killed in their mothers' wombs, dozens of children lost or orphaned, sirens that sound day and night, and they keep hearing them in their ears even when they are not sounding. It is impossible to comprehend with the mind, but we believe in Ukraine victory over the Russian occupiers. We believe that we will rebuild our cities. And today, a few hours ago, I spoke with my mom, and she told me that she didn't sleep last night because sirens were sounding from 1 till 5 a.m. And life in my country for Ukrainian people, it stopped. They live now from siren to go in basement to save their lives. And now the Ukrainians are determined to fight for justice up to the very end, same as you are determined with your presence here to keep fighting for justice for Daphne Caruana Galizia. Thank you so much. It wasn't easy for me. Oh, pray for Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!
Well done, Inna.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Inna. We know that was very difficult for you. Thank you.